Hello, fifth graders. Welcome to lesson 6.4, multiplication of fractions and whole numbers. Let's get started. Today's objective is I can evaluate the product of a whole number multiplied by a fraction by drawing a model and proving with calculations with 100% accuracy in multiple attempts. Remember that you need to write the I can and by statement in your digital math notebook. Pause if you need to do that now. All right, friends. For the last couple of lessons, we have been talking about scaling and estimating whether an answer is going to get bigger or smaller. Today, we're actually going to get into the multiplication of the fractions, and we're going to start off by looking at some models. So in this model, you can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this 12 is showing you my total number of stars. And we're going to be finding fractions of that 12. So our first thing asks us to find 1/6. Now, of means multiply, so we're going to be finding 1/6 of 12. Now, we could do this in a couple of ways. We could do this with a picture, and we can also do this with math. Today, our goal is to be able to do both. So let's start off with our picture. We have 1/6. So notice I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So if I were to circle one of the 6, then I only have 2 stars circled. Let's see if we can prove that with math. So if I have 1/6 times, and I have 12 over 1, because remember, every whole number has an invisible 1 underneath it, then in order to multiply, we multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom. So this would be 12 over 6, which is improper because 6 goes into 12 2 times. There's our 2. All right, let's try our next one. This time we're finding 4/6 of 12. So that means that we're going to be circling not just 1, but 4. So let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 8 stars. And I could prove this with 4/6 times 12 over 1, because it's a whole number, so it always has a 1 on the bottom. And then I multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom. 4 times 12 is 48. And 6 times 1 is 6, and 6 goes into 48 8 times. There's our 8. Perfect. All right, in our next example, we need to figure out the numerator. So we need to know something of 12 equals 10. So if we have 10 circled, so this would be one more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 8, 9, 10. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry to make everything wiggle. 5, 6. So if I have 5, 6 times 12 over 1, 5 times 12 is 60, and 6 times 1 is 6, and 6 goes into 60 10 times. So we can draw a picture of our 12 and circle, or we can use math to solve. Let's continue some problems together. All right, friends, you have this picture of the apples in your digital math notebook. So let's go ahead and solve these together. The first problem says 1/5 of 15. So we have 15 apples here, and we're going to look at this 5. The 5 is going to tell us which direction our circles should go. So we have 3 rows, but we're not finding thirds, we're finding fifths. So we're going to go with the long ways, the horizontal column. So if I circle one of them, that would be 3. If I circle 3 of them, that would be 9. If I circle all 5 of them, that would be 15, obviously, right? They're all circled. If I only circle 4 of them, that would be 12. Now, let's use our math to solve these last 2. So we need to think about something of 15. One part of our fraction is going to equal 6. So if we think about, we know that we're going to try to get 6, and they're in groups of 3. So that would be 1, 2 groups. So that would be 2/5. And let's prove that with math. So 2/5 times 15 over 1. It's always going to be over 1 when it's a whole number. So 2 times 15 is 30. And 5 times 1 is 5. And 5 divides into 30 6 times. There's our 6. Perfect. All right, and our last example here, something of 15 equals 3. So that means we only want 3, so that's going to be just one group. So 1/5 of 15 equals 3. Let's prove that. 1/5 times 15 over 1. And stop and think here just a minute. 1/5 is going to be a smaller group because 1/5 is less than 1 whole. So 1 times 15 is 15. And 1 times 5 is 5, and 5 goes into 15. Remember, this is what your head is doing. It's dividing. 5 goes into 15 3 times. There's our 3. Let's do some more together. All right, friends, this is your lesson activity. I will get you started, and then you'll finish up on your own. Remember that this is in your digital math notebook, so make sure you have it open and you're filling in the answers as we go. In this example, we have 9. So we are going to be finding parts of 9. We're multiplying a fraction by a whole number. So if I have 9 things, in this example, it's 3 in both directions, so it doesn't matter whether we circle up or down or left and right because we're finding 3s. So if I circle 1 row, that's going to be 3. If I circle 2 rows, that's going to be 6. Now, your job is you need to figure out what this is, how many thirds of 9 equals 9. Think about what you know. 9 equals 9, so you know you multiplied by 1. But 1 can't go in that box because then it would be 1/3. So to prove this with math one last time, 2/3 times 9 over 1. We multiply straight across the top and straight across the bottom. 2 times 9 is 18. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 divides into 18 6 times. And that is where we got our 6. So make sure you fill in that last box in your digital math notebook. All right, 5th graders, you're almost finished. When your digital math notebook is complete, make sure you complete the exit slip to show your teacher your understanding. Great job!